Links. Now we touched a little bit on what the A element does, but to make this a little bit more formal, the A element is the anchor element, which is the same thing as your link tag. And this is how it works. You open it, attribute value, content, and you close it. And your attribute and value, they can be anything. Obviously your attribute has to be an attribute and the value has to be something else. This is just an example to show you that the anchor element does support attributes and custom values. Now pretty much every element works like this. What makes the A element link to other pages though is its special href attribute. To create a link to go to, for example, google.com, we'd write the HTML like so. We open it, href, and this is our value. And that would be our text that we would show as the link, and we close it. And this is what it would look like right here. The A element has another unique feature. This is the target attribute. With the target attribute, we can tell the link to open in a new window in a parent window if it's currently in a frame, or the window it's already in. The values for the target attribute are the following: blank, parent, self, top, or custom frame name. Oddly enough, this is one of the weird attributes in HTML. Each value starts with an underscore. If it does not start with an underscore, the browser will automatically look for the frame name. What a frame is a little window that sometimes looks like it's a separate web page in the current web page, so it looks like there's two of them in one. If your target attribute's value is the name of the frame, it will load that URL into the frame instead of into a blank window or a new window or the current window. Let's look at an example of how to use this. We have a target attribute and we have a blank value. But if the blank doesn't start with an underscore, the browser will try to load the URL that you specified into a frame. Now most modern browsers realize that this could be a mistake and will try to open a blank window for you anyways. However, there are some people that still use older browsers and you do have to consider them. Now we can also link a link to another link. So what I mean is that we can create one link and we can have it linked to another anchor element that's in the same page. This is actually why it's called an anchor. If you give a link an ID, you can use the other link's href to target it. For example, you have your first link here. Notice that we don't give it an href. There's no point to it if it's not going to actually be the link. It's just what we're going to target. We give it the ID of top, and your ID can be anything. It doesn't just have to be the word top. It could be, for example, my name, Kalob. And then we have a second link that's in the same page, and we target. And now if we look at the second link here, you'll notice that our href attribute has a value of $ top. So when you click this link, it's going to bring you up to this link. So to explain this, when you click the Go to Top link, it will bring the top of your screen to the top link without reloading the page. The reason it doesn't reload the page is to keep things fast. You're already on the page, you loaded it once, so it doesn't need to load again. And with this, you can link to yourself. So again, to quickly go over this, what we have to do with our links is we have to give an ID to one, and then we have to target it with a $ in front of the other. Now you might think to yourself, why would I use these? Or where would I use these? This type of anchoring is quite often used to create a table of contents on your page, or to bring the viewer back to the top of the page. You've probably at one point or another seen a website where it says top, or a little arrow pointing up, and if you click it, it brings you to the top of the page really quickly. That's exactly what this does. So now you know how to create a link. Formally, you probably already knew how. And now you know how to link to another link. I just want to also point out that this link here, with the ID of top, but specifies no href, will not actually look like a link. It will look like a regular word. You can also keep the content blank. This way it doesn't show up at all, and people don't even know that it's there. And as soon as they click Go to Top, it'll bring them right to the top of the page.